Thank you, everyone. I didn't expect that. 안녕하세요. I've been learning Korean the last few weeks. 안녕하세요. Good afternoon, Atomians. I am humbled to share my personal Atomy journey with you over the last 18 months. And this is really a big privilege for me. I hope this sharing will inspire you to actually engage more in this great opportunity to be successful in Atomy. My name is Veena Lumapkid, Diamond Master from Atomy London Synergy Center. So what is a journey? I'm sure all of us have been through a journey one way or the other. We describe journey as a travel from one geographical location to another, just like when you have or when you are on a holiday, right? Or it could also be an emotional journey. I think some of us have experienced going through an emotional journey where you're trying to overcome difficulties in your life after a loss. But on a positive note, it could also be a positive journey where you gain confidence through the journey that you've had. Maybe you've prepared for a new job, and as you go along, you then gain the confidence. At the same time, it could also be what we call a spiritual journey. You've also heard about those who go on spiritual journey where they actually go through that finding oneself kind of moment. In Atomy, though, we do what we call, or we experience what we call a metaphorical journey. So a metaphorical journey basically means that you go through different stages to achieve or to reach your vision, your goal, and to achieve success. Okay, so today, as I've said, I'm going to share with you my personal journey. So in Atomy, I was introduced to Atomy, and I started off with these two sets. Most of us may have been doing the same thing. So I was introduced to the Atomy Absolute Skin Cell Active Skincare and the Evening Care set. Within days of using these products, my skin started to look great, and I received so much compliments to looking younger and healthier. I was really surprised about that. And I capitalized on this positive affirmations and started sharing my testimony and to family and friends. And that's what we do, isn't it? Because when people come to you and say, you look really great, you look young, we start to share what we're using, isn't it? We don't keep it as a secret most of the time. So it was at this point that I actually had reflected. I reflected like, how did it come to pass? Like I was already 50 when I was introduced to Atomy, when I started using Atomy products. And I actually reflected on how I may have neglected myself because I've never really looked into self-care that much. So after using the products, I felt better in myself and declared that from then on, I will focus on my health and well-being, more on self-love. I've never done that before. As a nurse, I always look after other people. I always look after my family, my friends, but not myself. So I told myself self-love is what I need to do. So it was also at this point that I decided to engage in Atomy as a means of gaining passive income. So this is a picture of me and my sponsor in 2023 because I only started Atomy in 2023. So she introduced me to Atomy products. I had the first experience of a facial spa. So this is just the mask, but we did the whole shebang. And then on the other side is me being introduced to Hemohim G. And Hemohim G has changed a big part of my life, as some of you may have already heard. So in March 2020, which was during the first wave of COVID, I almost lost my life. I was in hospital and I was dying. And I'm sure some of you have heard this. However, as a COVID survivor, it has been quite difficult to overcome the trauma and the stress. COVID is not just a one-off thing like a flu, where once you've experienced it, that's it. Maybe next year you'll have it. It's not like that. As a COVID survivor, I had difficulty moving on from the trauma that I had experienced. The trauma is so great. I suffer from claustrophobia and so many things after having been intubated and in a hospital bed for a long time. Took me 10 months to actually recover. So you could probably empathize that it had taken me so long to recover. However, the worst thing with COVID was the long-term effect of it, the remnants of COVID. So after COVID, I've been diagnosed of what we now call long COVID. I have weak lungs. I developed arthritis. I developed hypertension. I developed diabetes. These are all things I did not have before. Asthma for me was childhood asthma. But after COVID, I had been suffering from severe asthma up until I had Hemohim G in my life. So 4 years on, I am a living testament that God will spare your life for a reason. And I feel that sharing these products is actually one of the reasons I have been spared. Thank you. Hemohim G has given me renewed hope that I can stay and live a normal life even after long COVID or even with long COVID. So since taking Hemohim in July 2023, my immunity has greatly improved. My blood pressure has greatly improved. My blood sugar has greatly improved, and I don't need my inhalers anymore. I have not had a chest infection for 18 months. I was actually saying to myself, I'm so lucky because some of my friends, Atomy family who are here, have actually just been experiencing a bad bout of flu. That's what I said. But actually, for me who have weak lungs, I've actually not had flu or anything like that over the last 18 months. So thank God for that. So my parents have also experienced the benefits of Hemohim G because my dad had a stroke late last year and he recovered very quickly. 3 weeks after suffering from a dense right side, recovered very quickly. And my mom, who was bedbound for 4 months, recovered just in a few weeks of taking Hemohim G. So I'm very, very grateful for that. So you might want to ask, how has my personal journey or personal experience led me to engaging in Atomy products and doing the business? So you might be curious, what activities have I done over the last months or over the year to get my business going? So once I decided to do the business, I have actively participated in face-to-face or online seminars. So I am not a stranger anymore to the Success Academy stage because I have learned from Sharon Rose Master Shating that if you are asked to share, you don't say no. So even if I feel nervous, I would just say yes to Shia. Even today, I was like, should I share my Atomy journey? Is it worth it? But I have to say yes because I feel that others can benefit from it. So this is what I have been doing. And this is part of the Atomy success system. We have to hook up in the system for success. Involvement in presentations and workshops, it is not just a task. It's an investment in oneself. It's your personal investment for your own business and for your own personal growth. They empower you with knowledge to connect you with a supportive community like what we have now and inspire you to succeed while helping others achieve their goals. It's with Atomy that I've gained so many friends and so many people would say hi to me every time I come, and I was like, I always get touched knowing that there are so many people who would say thank you to me for sharing, and that's something that I've actually really taken into heart. Participating in presentations has helped me to convey information more persuasively and more clearly. As was mentioned, which I was surprised earlier when Samantha said, there have been about 10,000 views on my sharing on Hemohim G. And for me, that has helped me gain confidence in sharing Hemohim G. You know what? Before that video, I used to be very, very nervous, but now, like during the winter festival, I was able to share without any notes. I would just say, okay, this is something, because I have been doing it so many times. So I encourage you to be participating in these kinds of events. Leaders workshops that I have attended offered training in essential skills like communication, network marketing, goal settings, all of which are critical for success in this business. Atomy leaders provided the inspiration and practical tips for my journey. So another strategy in building the Atomy business is through home parties. We have mentioned this. Most of you have experience doing this. And I'm not saying anything more, but I have traveled to different places just to do the home parties. You may say, you're so hardworking, but actually I love traveling as well. So I have done home parties within London, the north part of London, the part of London. I have been to so many parts of the UK to do home parties. I've also been to other parts of Europe. I have members in Netherlands, so I go to Amsterdam, in Maastricht, and I have members in Belgium and in Germany. So that's what I actually do. And this experience is also helping my partners get to know more about Atomy products. This kind of strategy helps members to actually feel, touch, and know more about the products. It helps them when they have questions, they ask you something, it's immediate response from yourself. It clarifies a lot of things, and it also helps with immediate decision making. So for example, if they would say, I actually have sensitive skin, I normally would be sensitive to some kinds of ingredients, automatically you could say, maybe what you really need is Dermasica. Whereas if you've already presented something that they're not familiar, just because they have seen a video of it, buy it, and it's not for them, then that's no good, isn't it? So having home parties gives that kind of feel and that kind of immediate support for your members and for your consumers. Hosting a home party requires minimal resources. You go through someone's house by invitation, or you invite them to the EC, or you invite them to your house. It depends on what the situation is. But it requires minimal resources. You don't have to rent a venue, isn't it? Sometimes you do. Depends on how large your group is. So I'm not saying you don't have to, but you can have it at home. So this is a very, very good strategy. It provides a straightforward model that team members can duplicate. It's easy to duplicate home parties. You don't need to have so many trainings to do it. It fosters consistent growth in your network. So consultations with and meetings with your team members, your sponsors, your EC leaders would actually allow individuals to share similar goals. You come, you have your consultation with your leaders, and they will tell you practical tips about their journey and what they do, and you are guided from that, isn't it? Hearing success stories and strategies from experienced Atomy leaders provide inspiration and practical tips for our journey. And I'm so excited to hear about the journey of our guest today, Crown Master Fenten and Jack Law. So that's very exciting. So every time we have a Success Academy, we always hear from leaders, and that's what's important. So as you can see here, these are the team members that I constantly have conversations with and meetings with. Thank you. In November 2023, I was very fortunate to join the UK Korea Success Tour. This was very, very inspiring. I've met the leaders, our leaders, and it was almost like having that experience where you know that you are really part of a bigger family, a global family. Okay, so the experience was very enlightening. Having to visit Colmar and the Atomy HQ was very amazing. I couldn't explain it, but there was something that made me say, I want to really engage in the business more. So this year, we are lucky, I am lucky, to have actually gone to Korea for the second time. If you could just imagine, I only started Atomy last year, but I've been to Korea twice already for a success tour. And this was because there was, the leaders have organized it, and we've actually had a good, there was good commitment that was seen in the members as well. So it actually, the participants immersed in the Korean culture and the Atomy culture of absolute quality, absolute price, and its focus on mutual success and well-being. For me, the Atomy Korea Success Tour is life-changing, and it equips members to lead their teams with greater confidence and enthusiasm. It's more than just a visit. It's an investment in the future. It's my investment in my business as well. Because if I am a leader that others can look up to, then I know that there will be people who will duplicate me. So I am very, very pleased to have joined the Success Tour twice. So far, this is my Atomy journey. So I joined in June 2023, as I've already mentioned, and then actually attended my first Success Academy in July 2023. And it's very strange because when I attended that time, there were not so many Diamond Masters even. It was mainly Sales Masters, and the Diamond Masters were just a handful. I think less than 10. Now, the Diamond Masters couldn't even come up to the stage anymore because there are so many Sharon Rose Masters. And I can see how the Atomy business has grown in the UK. But for me, having gone through this and then having my first commission in August, 2 months after joining, and then Sales Master promotion in October 2023, I actually achieved it in September 2023, but was given the award by no less than the chairman himself, Han Gil Park, in October 2023. And I did say on my first Success Academy, I want to go up on that stage when the chairman comes, and that happened for me. And then joined the Korea Success Tour in November, had my first Auto Sales Master in December, Diamond Master in March 2024. So that's 6 months after, 9 months after joining Atomy, 6 months after being a Sales Master. And I am crossing my fingers. I'm working hard to become Sharon Rose next year. And thank you. And hopefully in the future, 2026, Star Master. So that's really what I want to do. So in October, my final sharing today is a little bit serious because I want to instill all of this in our heads, in all of us. Continue to hold the vision, whether it's achieving better health, because some of us want to actually be doing Atomy because of their health. So if you want, you can achieve better health. And financial freedom, which is also very important. Personal development is also significant to all of us. Drop the excuses and remember your big why. Every journey has hurdles, but a positive Atomy journey teaches perseverance. It also teaches resilience. Challenges, we all go through challenges, we all go through rejections. They are reframed as learning opportunities, strengthening your resolve and enhancing your personal growth. Because once we experience that, we learn from that and we grow from that. For me, the true fulfillment in Atomy comes from the ability to uplift others. We actually, I'm sure all of you, if this is your first time, you probably haven't experienced as much, but I'm sure in time you will experience what it's like to be with an Atomy family who will uplift you. And it's also, when you introduce Atomy to someone, it is whether it's life-changing products or helping them, mentoring them to build their business, the journey becomes meaningful through its positive impact on others. And I would really want to emphasize that. Swerve around the obstacles. That's what we always say. You find your way around the obstacles. The Atomy success system thrives on helping others achieve their goals. It allows everyone to grow together. We will not leave each other. We actually grow together. And it creates a community of trust and shared success. Trusting the process ensures achieving small victories to hitting major milestones, such as completing a challenge as a sales master or beyond. Atomy recognizes and celebrates each success, reinforcing the joy and meaning to the journey. Inasmuch as Atomy is about the journey, reaching your destination, it is also ultimately about the process and the experience you gather along the way, all the growth, all the learning. The individuals and teams who travel with you can significantly shape your journey, adding depth, adding support, and shared meaning to your journey. Your Atomy family provide comfort and encouragement during difficult times, and I have experienced this several times. And they help ease the stress or fear that may arise. Cherish your Atomy family as they will transform your journey into a shared story. It's not just your story, but it's shared with everyone else, and it enriches the meaning and leaving a lasting impact on everyone. A positive journey in Atomy isn't just about reaching success. It's about who you become and the discovery and the lives you transform and the discovery, the empowerment, the self-fulfillment that goes along with it. Thank you everyone for your part in my Atomy journey. Kamsahamnida.